Right, I'm getting close enough now that I think that I can go ahead and start sanding up the side a little bit here. Right up in here. We need to have a nice round edge right here. I think I'm going to grab my air and blow this off real quick. Right, I actually do have an air compressor, but I don't have the water separator working quite right. So for just quick air, and that's one of the reasons I'm not using DAs and stuff. It just, you know, electric works fine for me. But for going around the jobs and just blowing little nooks and crannies, these are great. Just don't use them inverted, because they'll expel a propellant, and you don't want that. You want just the air to come out. And don't shake it like I did, because it'll come out too. Woo, there we go. Don't breathe that stuff. It's not good for you. I'm not wearing my respirator right now because it's not really blowing around a lot. So, at least blowing in my direction. So anyways, let me finish sanding up this and get to it. And I think it's close enough now that I can go ahead and put some primer on it and sand it and see what it looks like. Alright, I've kind of sanded up here and I'm working up here, and I noticed that we didn't get this straight right here, so I'm going to have to fill that with filler. And the wife's cutting the lawn, so I'll be pausing here and there. I've started working over here too. Alright, so I got to add a little bit. I had to take the primer out of here, and then I need to add a little bit more filler from about here down like this and bring it down over here. This area wasn't too bad, so I just sanded it. So I'll keep working at it and see how it works out. Alright, I've just put a skim right here, and I mean a really small skim. Skim of filler right up here. And I didn't like this valley. I think I'm just going to have to build it back up because of the metal showing through there. I went up through here. It's looking pretty good. The line actually is looking better. I took down that one area that I thought was kind of high, and it was, and that was right in here. And it, if you remember before, it kind of came up, went up, and that's an exaggeration. Came up and then went up, and then like a minute there was a high here, and there was, and it was between these two spots. So I took it down. There was an area in here that had some bubbles in it and stuff. And when I was sanding them off, I found them, and you can use a wire brush in bubble areas like this, and it'll pick the bubbles clean. Then you can blow it out with a little bit of air, and you can find them, and then you can skim them off. That should still a little pliable. I could probably knock that down. Then this area right here I had sanded, and I went ahead and applied some more filler in this area. This area right here was kind of low, and it kind of went down like that, and then the metal kind of came in like this, so I tried to fill it. So I went up in here and I blended it up through here. So we'll see. This still seems like it's a little bit high right here, so I may end up taking some of this off right here and try to blend it into here some more. I also went over this with some 220 grit, and also this down in here. When you use 220 grit, you can find things that you can't find with you know, your 120 or whatever else you're using. 220 is a good what I would call a good fill grip, because when you get done sanding, you can run your hands across it and you can fill a lot of imperfections that you can't fill with a rougher. And when you get it close to where you think you need to be, then you can use some 220 on it. Then when you get even closer than that, then you, after you get it all primered up nice and smooth like this, then you can dust it with some black primer, let it dry, and then sand it with a longboard. Let's see if I can find my longboard. Well, you know what the longboard looks like. It's longer than this one. I don't know where I put it. But you can use a longer board, and any high areas will show up as the color of primer, and the lower areas will be the color of the black dusted primer. They call it guide coating, and there's different things. You can use powders. There's all kinds of really cool stuff for that. I need to let this dry, and then I can go ahead and sand it down, and then I'm going to just finish for the night because the sun's going down. I don't know if you can tell, but way out there, the sun's right on the horizon, so I don't have much time left, and it's going to drop probably down into the 50s or 40s tonight. So I need to get this dusted off and then primered, and then get back at it in the morning. So anyways, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. God bless you all, and if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. If you're learning something, give me a thumbs up. If you want to share your knowledge to help the project go on, by all means, please comment. God bless you all, and Keith Nunn, you out. Bye.